you're thinking about becoming a server, I would think again. It's not easy. And people are mean. Hello guys, what's up? It's me, Tommy O again. I look a little bit different. I'm looking like a chocolate skin beauty. But today I'm gonna be talking to you guys and telling you guys how I became a server, and what you guys can do and what you guys should probably think about if you want to get into the service industry. If you guys want to know more, just stay tuned. So just a little bit of background. I haven't served like for too long. I've served for probably 2 years now, but I've had 2 different serving jobs, and I'm just going to tell you guys about them right now. My very first serving job was at a barbecue restaurant. I still work there, and I worked there all throughout college. The way I was able to snag this job was in the interview. They were like, do you have any experience? And I had worked at a fast food Italian restaurant, which I will not name because I will have some story times about that place in the future. But I used to carry a tray of really hot like lasagna and like fettuccine alfredo, panini, and what's it called, penne and marinara, you know, everything. You know, I was just carrying this big tray, and I was getting paid minimum wage, and I decided to leave that place, and I worked at like another like job before like I actually like, you know, left. Now I used that job experience to help me land this job. I'm guessing they're a little bit desperate or something, I'm not too sure. But when the interviewer asked me if I had any experience with like serving, I used to say that at my old previous employer, or my old previous job, I used to carry trays and I used to deliver food to people, which was true. But I wasn't taking their order like, oh yeah, what do you want? Can I have a penne and marinara sauce? Okay, cool. Do you want any toppings? Oh yeah, can I have a chicken? Like, it wasn't like that. It was, they would come to the store and they would tell me at the cash register, yeah, I want this, and then it would get cooked, and then it would go into the heating lamp, and then me as a server, I would deliver it, and then we would do fresh cheese as well. So it's fast food Italian, great. Now I'm working at this current restaurant. It's a barbecue joint in my local city. It's like a franchise, but they try to make it seem like it's an like local thing, and it's not. It's a franchise, but it's not really relevant. Okay, so on my very first day, I came in. I was really shook because that's the day I quit my other job to do this job. But that's another story for another day. But I came in, and when the first couple of days when you're serving, you're shadowing somebody, and I was just like, yeah. What did I just get myself into? I should just stay my little booty somewhere else. I don't know what I was doing. Like, I was like, can I go back to my previous job that I just quit? Because it was really hard. You have to learn the menu. You have to learn like allergens. Like, you have to be knowing what was in a Greek salad. Me to this day, I don't know what's in a Greek salad. They be putting cucumbers apparently inside. I didn't know cucumbers go inside a Greek salad, but like, you have to learn the whole menu. And I feel like our menu at my particular place that I work at isn't super bad. It's not a super hard menu to learn. It's like a barbecue joint, you know, it's not that hard. A couple of appetizers, a couple of entrees, a couple of sauces to learn. You just gotta learn like what's in it. Learning the menu is the easiest part. Now, the people, okay? Most people at my establishment are a little bit older, her prices are a little bit pricier. Not a lot of teenagers come. It's usually like married couples. I would say couples who are like in like their late 30s to like 60s, 70s, that usually come. And I think when it comes to serving people who are a little bit older and they're a little bit more entitled, that can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're a minority like myself. I feel like sometimes customers talk to me a certain way because I am of color. So you just have to have a really calm and mellow aura about yourself, or you're gonna be jobless and you're gonna cuss out some old lady, and we don't want that, okay? But yeah, I think you just have to be very level-headed, have a good memory. And there's been times where I've forgotten to put in a whole order, like a whole table's order. It's happened like 3 times. I've forgotten to put in a whole table's order, and everybody else's food is coming, and I'll be looking, I say, the food isn't come yet, and I look and I say, I didn't put it inside. I didn't put it in the kiosk, and it's terrible. And I think another important thing you have to have as a server is honesty. Sometimes if you know the table's already getting mad, call your manager, because I'm not gonna have some housewife come and cuss me, you know, because most times it's not warranted. If you're honest, people will be like, oh yeah, I appreciate your honesty. But other times people are just rude to you for no reason, and you're just like, sis, I will leave and I will not refill your water, and I do not care if you leave a review on Yelp. But I don't do that. But sometimes it's just like, it's kind of hostile. So I think you have to have a very happy-go-lucky personality. It's also great to have a really nice smile and know your tactic when you're coming into work. So a lot of people do a done up face. My face, I don't know if you think it's done up or not, but I never wear makeup to work. I wore makeup to work maybe 2 times, and I said, I'm sweating, let me not do that. But some people, that's their end game. It's like sex sells. I play up the fact that I look 12 and I play up the fact that I'm in college. A lot of people believe because I am in college and I look a little bit younger, especially when I don't have makeup on, they just feel bad for you, so they want to tip you more. And you have to get really good at talking to people. Very, very important. I've noticed that older men like to hit on you, and it's kind of cringe because I am probably the age of your granddaughter. Like, don't come and chat to me, but whatever. And they'll chat to you right in front of their wife. So you have to be careful and know your boundaries, but know to be talkative. You want to have that rapport and have regulars and have people who care and people who come and they tip you well. You want to establish a good like customer core. I know that there's a guy who used to work at my job. Literally everyone was his regular, I swear. Even people that I've never seen in my whole entire time working there. Even though I primarily work on the weekends. I primarily work on the weekends because of school, so I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a majority of school. And then in the summer I work like I have 10 children to feed. I pick up everyone's shift. If everyone posts up their shift, I'm accepting. My mom didn't even see me at home last summer. It got that bad. Literally he'd be like, oh yeah, Diane and Carol. I mean Carl. Diane and Carl. Oh yeah, they're my regulars. Hosts sit them in my area. People would wait literally an hour plus just to dine with him, because he got to know the people. He got to know about their lives. They would tell him about their problems. He would tell them about his problems. They would find solutions for each other. And these people would bring their families in to come and eat with him. Like, it was like a career server type of job. If this is not a career serving type of job, you know, my tips will help you. But if you're a career server, I think definitely knowing your core and knowing your base customer and caring and genuinely like having genuine friendships and conversations with customers will help you be a good server. Also, you'll need some materials. So at my particular restaurant, they used to offer us checkbooks and like notepads. Sometimes the notepads would be out, and then after a while they just stopped buying checkbooks for us as employees, and we had to buy our own because we came under new management. So you need to buy a checkbook, and you also sometimes need to buy paper. It just depends on where you work. And then you most likely get an apron from your employer. Our aprons used to be long and gray, and now they're like shorter, like this short, and then they're gray. And then you have to like iron it out, make sure it's clean, and then you have to provide yourself pens as well. I personally like to get colored pens, but someone told me that yeah, you're not supposed to have colored pens, but people like stealing colored pens. That's what I really learned. But most importantly, coworkers like stealing colored pens. But if my pen is colored and I see it in your hand, I'm taking it because I bought unique pens and I know that it's not the dollar pens, even though it is, you know, it's the colored dollar pens. But yeah, you should probably get black pens. I know like twice I bought like 2 packs of red pens, and my boss was like, yeah, no, you can't use that because red means void. I was like, well, I guess all my money is voided. So if you go into serving just for the money, I guess it's nice. I guess it's important, but I would just go in it because you generally like working with people, because sometimes you walk out of there with, I kid you not, $12 in a whole 5-hour shift because it's dead, or because it's a blizzard outside and you're still up there. Meanwhile, everyone in the back is making $15. All the hosts are making $13, and you're there making our state minimum wage is $8 and like 90 something cents. It used to be $8.08, but you get that plus your tips. And yeah, sometimes it's tough, but sometimes you can walk out of there with $200 in like 5 hours. So it really depends on where you work, and it depends on your work ethic, and it depends on your clientele. It just depends. So don't get into it just because of money. A lot of the time you don't get a physical paycheck because they take taxes out of it, but I was lucky in the fact that I still ended up getting like a couple hundred every paycheck. But it wasn't anything too crazy. But don't just do it for the money, because sometimes the money is not there. Okay, now for my other serving job. So I also work at a hotel downtown as a banquet server. So banquet serving can be kind of easy, or it can be really hard. I feel like the morning shifts are the easiest. Most times it's usually a buffet instead of like versus a plated dinner, which is more likely during dinner. I usually, and it's an on-call job as well, so that means that you choose your schedule. They post up the shifts, at least at my particular hotel. They post up the shifts on Wednesday. You pick what shifts you want, they approve it or deny it, and you show up for your shift. And then you pretty much at my particular hotel, you just wear black slacks and black non-slip shoes, and then they provide you with a fresh dry cleaned blazer jacket. So we all look cohesive, and there's no excuse as to why your uniform is dirty, because all you have to do is provide the pants and the shoes, and then they provide a clean jacket for you. The pay is decent at my particular hotel. It's like $20 an hour. That's not bad. But there's a lot of other hotels that don't pay per hour like that. They pay the regular like server minimum wage, which happens to be like $8.90 something in my state, and then they do tip share. So sometimes you got to think about it. These corporations, it's usually corporations, or it's big functions, or it's weddings, and then they have like a mandatory 20% gratuity, and gratuity is tip. So if you think about it, there's 20 of you guys, and like 20, let's say there's 10 servers on the floor, and you guys are serving a party of 250 people, and each meal is minimum $45 or $40 or $30. It just depends. Or sometimes the meals I've seen about get up to like $60, $62 a plate. So just think about that. So let's just do something easy. Let's do $40. Let me look at my phone actually. Let's do $40 per plate times 20%, which is $8 tip per plate per person. Let's say there's 250 people times 250. So that's $2,000 just for tip, not including the food. That's on top of their bill as a company or as a group. And let's say there's 10 of you guys. Let's actually say there's 8 of you guys. So you guys would each get $250 plus the $8.98 per hour. So that's not bad money. And let's just say you guys were only there for, you guys only worked for like 3 hours. Tell me $250 is not bad for 3 hours. And in a banquet job, at least at my particular hotel, all you do is set up. If you set up a buffet, that's all you do. You set up the buffet. There's other staff that brings the tables. There's other staff that brings the linens. You literally, I mean, you don't have to clean up. You basically clean up, but you don't have to wash the dishes. There's a whole different area of the hotel that washes dishes. You just put it on a cart, on a tray, and then somebody else deals with that. And then you get to eat for free. They feed you the food that these clients are paying $40 for. You get to eat after you're done. So I kind of like banquet serving more than a regular serving. Last semester I had a class at like 11 o'clock, and I would pick up the 5 o'clock shift, but that meant that I had to wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to try to get to the 4:10 train to get to work at 5 o'clock. And then I usually did a 5-hour shift, so 5 hours times 20 is like $100. So I make $100 before 10 o'clock because I would usually stay till 10. Meanwhile, everyone was asleep. I made bread in the morning. So I think it's a really good side hustle as well. But you just have to decide if you want to work for a hotel that does like a base per hour, like a regular base per hour pay, or if you want to work for a hotel that does tip share. Alrighty guys, so I hope that helped you decide what kind of server you want to be. If you want to be a regular hotel server, like doing banquets, or if you want to be a restaurant server. And I hope I gave you guys a couple of important tips. But until next time guys, adios.